This is the 2017 Ford Escape. It's an update to the Escape that we already know and already has a rating on the Edmunds website. This has a new engine, a 1.5 liter, which replaces the 1.6 liter turbo 4-cylinder from the previous model. The other options are a 2 liter turbo 4 and a naturally aspirated 2.5. Now, a lot of nice features on this compact SUV, stuff that you don't normally see in this type of the segment, like a power liftgate. It does take a little bit to open, but it is a nice feature. And when you get inside, you see a lot of cargo space, and also that second row folds flat. Now we shut this. You also have a backup camera, which is super helpful. Now we'll go along the side and take a look at a couple other things. I like the Escape because it looks a little bit more macho than your typical compact SUV. And it has a fuel economy and stuff to match the sort of frugalness that you'd get when you spend this kind of money. Up at the front, you also see it has adaptive cruise control, which is another nice feature, and a couple other changes to the front end, but we'll take a look inside to see what else we can find. Inside the Escape, you see a pretty standard gauge cluster here. If you've been in a Ford Focus, you'd recognize this. It's nice to have the analog gauges and also a digital gauge here so you can see more about what the car is doing. Now, the big addition to this interior is Sync 3. This is Ford's new infotainment system. It replaces MyFord Touch, a system that's received quite a bit of criticism over the years, although it has improved. This new system aims to be much faster, much more user-friendly, much more responsive to your controls. It has this bar at the bottom which makes accessing things super easy to do, and it's pretty responsive just in the brief touches that we've used here. It should support Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and we look forward to doing more extensive tests with this system when we can get our hands on one. Now, the power outputs here, you have one USB port here, which is nice. It has a little light around to show you where it's at. 12-volt power plug here. Your storage space is, small but you're also in a small cabin. You have an additional USB port in the center console here and another 12-volt power plug. So there's a good amount of power and storage options, and that's something we previously criticized the Ford Escape for not having. On the back, you see you have the roof. You see you have a panoramic sunroof, and that's really nice for a compact SUV like this one. And we'll go check out the back seat. Now, this is a compact SUV, but space is pretty good. I'm about 5'10", and my knees are clear of the seat. My head does not touch the roof, and that's pretty impressive considering it has a sunroof, which typically hurts headroom. In the back, you have vents. You don't have HVAC controls, but you do have more power outlets here. You have a 3-prong plug, which is very nice. This has a lot of plugs, which is really helpful for everybody who has smartphones and so on. And center armrest. To find out more about the 2017 Ford Escape, be sure to visit Edmunds.com.